Hello students, welcome back everyone for today's session. Anil, the lecture has been started here. Are you not getting the notification? Anil, are you there? Let's check the attendance randomly. This is firstly class 10, section A. Aditya, have you filled in? Viha, you have not put your attendance for today. Are you attending now? Viha, if you are there, please comment. Aditya, you are there, but Viha, Khushi Sahani, please comment in the box. You are also not there. Harsh, Harsh Pothe Patel, Tisha, you have joined, but have you filled in the attendance for today? Let me check at what time you have done. Today is Monday, 18th. Tisha, you are still there in the cell here. You should have moved out or closed the attendance app. At 12:02 you have filled in, just a minute before. Alright. What about Aditya? 11:52. Firstly used a small letter and then replaced with capital one. Please put P or yes in the attendance box. Are you here? Live? Attended the session? Devansh, we have been attending the sessions but not putting P in the cells right from the beginning. I think for last few days only we have filled in the attendance for the previous weeks also. So as you know, we have prepared the timetable for you for the homework to be given and to be submitted. So I'm sure whatever has been done in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I'm sure that you must have been ready with your notebooks completely written with all the writing material that was provided. If someone is not yet ready, please comment in the box that you have not yet done. As you know that randomly you are all one by one called in school in order your notebooks be checked by our honorable principal ma'am. Few days ago, Yashovardhan was there with me live. You have watched him and listened also, no? So that way, 6 students were called, and there are chances that few of you may be called tomorrow. So please comment here honestly if you are ready with your notebooks completely done. Japneet, if you are not able, please change the video quality to 144 because I'm not, putting any writing material here, nor showing you anything, and it's not needed that there should be high resolution. Okay, it will exhaust your data also, consume more data. So better you put it to 144 or 240 max, not more than that. Sujal, are you getting me well now? Sujal, please comment. All right. Okay. Many of you have commented that the notebooks are completed. Hers, not ready? Why, dear? I'm going to call you only tomorrow then. Not yet completed here. Already I had told you few days ago and also had shared the timetable. Accordingly, you should have been ready, isn't it? So tomorrow, especially Hindi, the homework is to be submitted. That is the day for Hindi, na? Tuesday. Monday is for English, Tuesday for Hindi, Wednesday for science, no mathematics, Thursday for science, and Friday for social science. Then from 10th especially, many of you are putting not ready, except Shreya and Somil. Somil is also not ready. Shreya is ready. No, this is not expected then. I think we should not follow the timetable. We should go, with all the teachers putting homework all the days. Actual, you are ready. Very good. Rina also ready. Good. If you are putting here ready or not ready, it doesn't make difference. Any one of you may be called. Okay. Let's come to the point about the homework that I'm going to assign you today. But before that, I want to confirm that you have done with these many things. So just put in the comment if you are done with this. Huh? First lesson from Behayu, a letter to God. Don't get confused. Both the lessons, Unit 1 from Behayu and Unit 1 from Workbook, Words and Expressions, have the same name. Don't misunderstand them. And especially putting the name here, First Flight. So from that, there was an activity and few questions provided before you read, under the title before you read. So that part must have been written in the notebook. You know, you have been given three notebooks, 200 pages registers, quantity 2, and a 100-page register, that is quantity 1. Before also I have told you, but again I am going to repeat here that this part from Bihayu, which one? Before you read, and any of these activities under it are going to be written in one of the 200 pages notebooks. One of the 200 pages notebook. Okay. Secondly, there are questions in between of the lesson on alternate pages, oral comprehension check. Even if the title says it is oral comprehension check, but we want it written in the same notebook in which you are going to write the things, the question and answers, the activities under the title before you read. In the same register, you are going to write oral comprehension check also. So if you have not written, please be aware that is to be written at any cost and should be submitted. Okay. So today, just it is the first day that we are going to follow this timetable that is there for homework. But I want these many things ready by next Monday. Okay, this is for English I'm saying or referring to. The other subject teachers will give you the same dates as per the timetable. So in one of the 200 pages notebook, you are going to write before you read, secondly oral comprehension check, and then thirdly the activities as well as the question and answers under the subtitle thinking about the text. So these many things from Behayu are going to be written in one of the 200 pages notebook. Okay? Anil says, sir, where we need to write before you read? I told you Nadia, one of the 200 pages notebook. We can say 200 pages notebook register number 1 that you are going to make for before you read. That is for first slide. Secondly, oral comprehension check should also be there. Thirdly, glossary means the difficult words that I have already shared with you. And if you find some more to be written in the notebook for your own sake, you can please add as many words as you want. Okay, it's up to you. But it is mandatory to write those that I have shared with you. Okay, Bhumi, are you getting me now properly? You have said here that video is pausing. You are not audible. Are you now? Bhumi, check if there is any network issue. Jitnesh says, sir, where we need to write grammar part. Okay, I have not yet come to that point now. Wait, we are done with before you read, oral comprehension check, glossary, thinking about text. Alright? Booming, sir, we have written should be there, oral comprehension in classwork only. Okay, classwork, what do you mean by classwork here? There are no separate notebooks for classwork and homework. Okay, you please follow the instructions that are being given to you now. Okay, Shreya, you are right. Very good. You have already done with that. But just cross check if you have done as I am saying, because today is the day that you should have been ready with your work that was given earlier. Okay. Kashish says, sir, can you put this all things in group? Yes, I'm going to put everything in written. Don't worry. But just, after I put, you will be asking me many queries. So I'm explaining also one by one so that if you have any doubt, you can put here for me. All right. Now let's come to the next part from first slide. That is thinking about language. So it should be written in another notebook. That is 200 pages register number 2. There it is going to be written thinking about language. But in the index, the title will be again same. First title, behave. Secondly, a letter to God. And thirdly, you will put there thinking about language. And then topics will be here vocabulary section. That is about the words related to weather or strong winds, rain, thunder, and lightning. And there you will write this in another 200 pages notebook. Okay. Then those many all the things here there is 1, 2, 3 that is relative clauses. Fourth, using negative for emphasis. Fifth, metaphors. These many things should be there under the title thinking about language in the second register 200 pages. Okay, any doubt? Sir, you said write in 2 notebooks, but already we have written in one single copy. Okay, Bhumi, if it is done already, you please, I will consider that it was done earlier, but today onward, you should use both of the 200 pages notebook. The first one I explained, and secondly, the second register for 200 pages that I am explaining now. Okay, so the first thing in another 200 pages register that you are going to write is thinking about language. Then second thing, speaking skills. Everything under the title speaking will be written in another 200 pages notebook. Second one. Also the listening, whatever is there under the title listening should be written in another 200 pages notebook, not in the first one. Okay. Then writing, whatever the things are there under the title writing must be written in the second 200 pages register. Okay. Any doubt? Bhumi says, sir, we'll do all literature work in one notebook only because we have already done with two chapters. Bhumi, that's what I'm saying you, that literature part is going to be in one notebook, that is 200 pages register, and the grammar part, that is thinking about language, listening, speaking, writing. These are the all skills related to language are going to be written in another 200 pages notebook. Let me clarify you that CBSE has come up with different, concepts that I'm going to introduce you one by one. There are many changes this year that they have taken place and are going to take place. So you should be ready. And why am I making such bifurcation of them? Because it carries separate marks and it has important. And they are going to be preserved because as you know that there are 20% marks, 20% weightage is there for internal marks. Shreya says, sir, we have already written the grammar part sent by principal ma'am in the same notebook. Okay, whatever is done, okay, I can consider. Okay, but whatever has not yet been done, you be careful and ensure that you are not going to write any of grammar part, writing skill, speaking skill, listening skill part in the same notebook. That you are going to write in another 200 pages notebook. Okay, that's fine. Now, one more thing has been introduced that was not there last year. That is in this lesson. There is a title in this lesson and it has two subtitles. What we have done and what you can do. So what we have done is nothing but summary of the story, summary of the poem, that is paraphrase. Okay? And that is going to be written at the end of the first notebook, that is 200 pages register, where you have written oral comprehension check, thinking about language, glossary before you read. After they are done, you are going to write the summary of the lesson, of the poem, of the text under the title in this lesson what we have done. Okay, and another part of in this lesson there it is what you can do. So what you can do is going to be under or in the second 200 pages register, in the second 200 pages register. Swastik, you say, sir, shall we continue it from the next chapter? Yes, of course, dear. Okay, and that is the reason that those who have not yet done with the previous homework, I am going to put everything and whatever I am sharing at present on WhatsApp group by evening today. Everything you will get today, the homework for English, including for the previous week and the next week as well. Next week in the sense this week. Okay. Secondly, I will put the online test timetable with syllabus that is going to be started in the next week, next Monday. And third thing, I'm going to put for you all the explanation that I'm putting on sharing with you now. That is going to be in written, be shared with you all. Okay, in written, I'm going to put it for you all so that there won't be any confusion. But I'm sharing with you personally, individually, online, so that you should understand. And if there are any doubts, any queries related to that, you can share with me. Today I'm doing this, the next day, and accordingly, all the subject teachers will introduce you the changes that have taken place in few of the subjects, not in all. Okay? Including question paper. In English question paper, there are some certain changes CBSE has introduced this year. I'm going to share those things also with you. So, whatever I'm going to share today, you please go through it in detail. And do share your queries if there are any. Okay, but general things that I think you may have doubt, I'm sharing now with you all. Okay, so it was all about first flight, the textbook. Now second book we have, that is Footprints Without Feet. It is a supplementary reader. Footprints Without Feet, and it has some of the things that are going to be written in the same notebook. Which one? In which you are writing the question answers from first flight. In the same notebook you are going to write in continuation. You need not to make separate parts. So what are the things there? Read and find out. The first thing is there, read and find out. So those question answers should be written in the same notebook in which you are writing the question answers from first flight. Okay, I think you are all getting me well. Second thing, that is think about it. Think about it. It is there from Footprints Without Foot, a supplementary reader. Think about it. Okay. Secondly, there is talk about it. Those questions and their answers are also going to be written in the same notebook in which you are writing question answers for first flight. And glossary, that the difficult words and their meanings must be written in the same notebook. Okay. Bhumi, same question. Last time also you asked me that this test will be objective or subjective. I had explained that they would be objective only. You will get the result at the same moment when you submit the answers. And today the same question you are putting here. And I have also explained that in detail how many marks, what would be the syllabus, how much would be the timings given, how would be the test conducted, all those details I am going to share with you today. So please, Bhumi, I hope you can understand. I'm sure you are so brilliant girl. Okay. So I explain you again that second book that we have as a supplementary reader, that is Footprints Without Foot. It has glossary to be written in the same notebook, that is there for first flight, not grammar part of question and answers. After glossary, you are going to write read and find out, as there are oral comprehension check questions in the lesson. The same way, in first flight, the supplementary reader, it contains read and find out. Those questions and their answers should be written in the notebook. Then third thing, that is think about it, should be written in the same notebook. And fourth part, it is talk about it, should also be written in the same notebook. Ayush Mutha, sir, do we can? What is this there? When you are saying do, you should not use can. Two auxiliary verbs not needed. Sir, do we write poem or can we write poem by doing portion in the first notebook? Yes, dear. First poems are different, aren't they? In first flight, they are there. So poems, lessons, and chapters from Footprints Without Foot. These are the three things with their glossary, question answers, all question answers under the title Think About It, Oral Comprehension Check, Find and Read Out, Read and Find Out, and Talk About It are going to be written in the same notebook, that is one of the 200 pages notebook. And grammar part, there is no grammar in Footprints Without Foot, but it is there in first flight. So that grammar part, which includes thinking about language, listening, speaking, writing, group discussion, dictionary entry, and also dictation, in addition to translation. So these many things are going to be there in the another 200 pages notebook. Okay, I'm going to share you marks distribution also, for which notebook, for which book, out of 20, how many are the marks, out of 80 from the board examination point of view, what is the weightage, everything, so that you will have everything ready before you and you will study accordingly. All right. Now, I think we are done with first flight, then Footprints Without Foot, and the third book that we have as a workbook. It is Words and Expressions. Words and Expressions. So let me clarify about this book, that it is nothing but the part of first flight. Same part of first flight, but just some additional things are given there. So wherever there is a space provided for questions and their answers to be written in it, should be written only with pencil in the workbook itself. You need not to copy those questions, those text and answers from workbook to notebook. No need. No need at all. But there are some activities given and there are some projects where the space is not at all provided for the fair work to be done. Those parts are going to be written in 100-page notebook. That is the third one you have. Okay, 100-page notebook. In that you are going to write the things where the space is not provided in the workbook. Okay, are you all getting me now? Well, everybody, please comment. What are you going to do with the first 200 pages register? What should be there in it? Secondly, what should be there in second 200 pages register? Thirdly, what are you going to put in the 100 pages register? Okay, I'm sure you must be understanding well. So brilliant boys and girls, you are all. Okay, and this year you need to maintain your personal record called as portfolio. It carries 5 marks. 5 marks. 5% from board examination point of view. Okay, and that personal file will include the efforts you have been taking yourself in order to improve, in order to develop the subject, develop interest in the subject. If it is English, English, it is applicable for all subjects. If it is English, English. If Hindi, Hindi, separate. Third, mathematics. Fourth, science. And fifth, social science. Okay, so there should be four writing things with you. First one, number one, 200 pages register, one. Second, 200 pages register, two. Third, 100 pages register, that is third. And fourth one is five that you are going to maintain. And what things you are going to put in that? For example, let's say you participated in English allocation competition and you got one certificate, participation certificate, or you did some best in that. Okay, that is to be put in the file. It carries 5% from board examination point of view out of internal 20%. Shruti, what's it? What do you mean? Shruti Bhujbal, you have simply put two question marks. What do you mean by it? Personal file. You mean to say personal? It can be file or folder, and you have to keep record of whatever efforts yourself or with the help of your partner, your friend. It can be, you know, a peer assessment. Whatever you are doing, in addition to first flight, that is 200 pages notebook, then footprints without foot, another thing, and third thing, words and expressions. In addition to that, if you are doing something, okay, it will go in the record of personal file, that is portfolio, and you should maintain one file for that. It can be a folder also. Now understanding? Shruti Bhujbal, please let me know if you are understanding. Hurry up. Shruti, yes or no? Simply you should put. Please don't take much time now. I am going to introduce the syllabus also briefly. The marks distribution of 20% that the school is going to give you, but it is all going to be given based on your performances throughout the year and your writing material, all everything. Okay, so I'm sure you are understanding well about writing, classwork, homework, everything you understood now. Now let's come to the point about the distribution of marks out of 20. There is board examination for 80 marks only, 80 percentage, and 20 percentage are there with the school. So what is the distribution of those 20 percentage? The first thing, that is Harsh, should I stop then if time is over? Harsh, please let me know. Should I stop? Time is over. Harsh, please comment here. Your opinion is very important. Should I continue for more 5 minutes so that we can be done with a distribution of 20% in 4 parts? Or should I stop? Harsh, Bothe Patil, please. Time is over, you are saying. May I stop or continue? Harsh, sir, could you continue tomorrow? How many of you want me to continue the same thing tomorrow? Because we are missing much things then about the syllabus. Those who are saying yes, continue. Many of them are saying continue. Harsh, if you have some your personal work or some other things to do, you please do them and watch this video after. Okay? Alright, you may exit. Very good, Harsh. Okay, then let's come to the point about distribution of 20 marks. Out of 25 marks will be for PPT, pen paper test. Pen paper test. Last year they were called periodic test. Okay, but this year CBSE has said them or called them as pen paper test. They won't be conducted online. They will be conducted in the month of July in school itself. Okay, if it happens, or maybe in the August or when school reopens, that time they will be conducted. And in one academic year, there would be 3 PPTs, pen paper test, 3. The first PPT, pen paper test, will be of 20 marks, having 25% of the syllabus. 20 marks, 25% syllabus. Second periodic test will be of 40 marks. Second will be for 40 marks, which will have 50% syllabus, 50%. And third periodic test will have 60 marks, and it will be based on 75% of the syllabus of the person. Understood? So first PT 20 marks, 25% syllabus, month will be July tentatively. Second PT 40 marks, 50% syllabus, and it will be in the month of September end or October. Okay? And third PT will be of 60 marks, 75% syllabus, and it will be in the month of November or December, max December. And then there will be the board examination. Before that, we will also take some more tests and all. Okay, so 5 marks, you understood. Yes, Tejas, very good, you are right. Secondly, next 5 marks will go for multiple assessments. Next 5 marks for multiple assessments. What are multiple assessments? The online tests that they are being conducted. Okay? Yes, Janvi Bhatia, they will be called as prelims, but your spelling is wrong. So next 5 marks are for multiple assessment. It includes online test, oral test, that while I am teaching you, I will keep record that if you are answering the questions well every time or just keeping quiet or saying no, you are not attentive. So that work, it includes online test and also oral test. And it will also include some peer test. Means you will be given questions in the classroom, okay, and dictation as we conduct. Last year also we have conducted that. You check of your partner and your partner will check your, and accordingly. So those marks will be converted out of 5%. So understood? First 5% for PPTs, 3 PPTs. Out of them, best 2 will be chosen, and average of those best 2 will be converted into 5. That is the first 5%. Second 5%, multiple assessments. Throughout the year, many of these online tests, oral tests, and peer assessments will be conducted, and those overall marks will be converted out of 5%. So this way 10 percentage. You understood? Third, that is portfolio. I explained you. What is portfolio? For the subject, to develop your own interest in the subject. What you are doing, that is to be done by you. Multiple assessment are to be conducted by us, teachers. Okay, and portfolio is to be maintained by students from their side. What self efforts, self study they are doing. Okay, that is portfolio. So it will include your participation in the exams related to subject. For example, English, if you are participating in elocution competition. Mathematics, if you are participating, like yes, the last year you participated in Bhaskaracharya examination. So those certificates, photocopy, xerox should be put in the file. So it carries 5 percentage. Overall marks will be converted out of 5 percentage. So understood? First, for 5% for PPTs, pen paper test. Second, for multiple assessment. Third, for portfolios. Understood? And the fourth 5 mark, last 5 percentage out of 20 will go for subject enrichment activity. As far as English and Hindi are concerned, they are ASL, assessment of speaking and listening. So it needs, Shreya says, the certificates only of this year? Yes, exactly, dear. Of this year only. They will not work for the previous year. Okay, good question. So, fourth thing, fourth 5 percentage I am explaining you, they will be carrying for the subject enrichment activity. As far as the languages are concerned, English and Hindi, it is ASL to be conducted, assessment of speaking and listening. You know what is that? Dictation is a part of it, and role play or enact the character. In the classes, I usually do, that I call any one of you randomly and ask you to explain the summary of the lesson or enact the characters from the stories. You know well how we have been conducting last year also. Okay, so that is subject enrichment activity. But this year, this would be the practice in the classes. I will get it conducted every now and then. But at the end of year, in the month of December, we will conduct ASL properly, and it will be recorded. Everything will be recorded. What we ask you, what situations we provide you, how you enact or how you discuss the topic with your friends. So those many things will all be recorded and will be preserved in the school record, so that if CBSE asks for them, we need to upload on the website, and it carries 5 percentage. So for languages, I told, in mathematics there are some projects or some activities are given. The list of them is ready with the teachers, they will share with you. The same goes with science, that is the journals, practical manuals, that is subject enrichment activity. And social science has one project that is based on disaster management. It carries those 5 percentage for these subjects. So I hope you have all understood the explanation I have given you about the introduction of this curriculum for class 10 in this year. Okay, and let me clarify two things. The major changes in syllabus of English has taken place, that there won't be story writing. Ma'am had shared with you the questions, but sorry, there won't be story writing this year. It has been replaced with a formal letter. Okay, there would be a formal letter for 10 marks. I'm going to share all of these things in written with you all on WhatsApp group. Okay. And second major change, that jumbled sentences, jumbled words were given in order to make a meaningful para or meaningful sentence. It has also been deleted. So up to last year, there were 11 questions, 10 plus 1 questions. But this year onward, there would be only 10 questions. Okay. So Anil teacher says, sir, we need to write story writing or not? Okay, you write it for better practice. Okay, what has been replaced with? Formal letter. But another second question for 10 marks is, you will be provided some clues that like the report writing, or a picture will be provided, and you have to explain or describe it in your own words in detail, about 100 to 50 to 200 words. Okay. So please let me know if there are any doubts, any more explanation needed. Do complete your homework. So what was their homework up to the last week? First lesson, from first flight, a letter to God. It includes everything. I explained what are the things to be done and where, in which notebook. So please accordingly you do. Second, uh, that is footprints without feet. We are not yet done. And the third one, that is workbook. The first unit. Again, it has the same name, a letter to God. Should be completed in the workbook itself, and the additional things where the spaces are not provided, the projects activities are to be written in 100 pages notebook. And if it needs any photographs or to be written on the project paper, then should be maintained in a folder that I have suggested, or a file that is going to be maintained as a portfolio. Okay. So here Ayush More sir, in portfolio, only certificates of the competition that we will be participating in 10th standard will be accepted. Yes, only in 10th standard. But only participation is not there for portfolio. It doesn't mean your self efforts. For example, you are there at home and you practice something different in addition to first flight, footprints without foot, and the workbook, and not writing in the notebook, in another notebook or on some other pages on the project paper or somewhere you have written. That also you can add into the file or the folder that you have made for portfolio. It will also carry marks. It will help you, gain or obtain some additional marks. Got it? Japnik says, sir, can you please provide all this information on WhatsApp, as we can't remember everything for all the time. Dear, you can replay this video, and I have shared thrice or four times that I'm going to share everything, whatever I have shared in written on WhatsApp groups. Okay? So I'm sure and I hope you are all done with the previous week homework, and you are ready with this week homework that I'm going to put on WhatsApp groups. And if possible, do complete it today itself, so that you will be completely free on Saturday and Sunday. Otherwise, you may need to spend much time in writing on Saturdays and Sundays. Alright? So strictly follow the timetable and listen to the instructions carefully given by the teachers. That's it for today. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe, stay fit. Bye.